morning, guys. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, for our first, as you can see, we didn't get that continuation when we left off last night up to the 10,500 area. So we've had, obviously, we've had another bit of a dump down here. So I'm currently in the process of it. So it's a case now. Are we going to put in a lower high relative? This is obviously short time frame stuff. Are we going to put in a higher low relative to this low here, and then try and take out that high and then have a go for the 10,500? Or are we gonna break this 10,000 area and then potentially come down, take out the 9,700 and go for a CME gap fill? That is basically what we are looking at. Are we still in this lower high formation here, or are we gonna sort of form a pennant and try and put in a higher high relative to this high here? Dollar index is up a little bit today as well, which obviously is not helping. We are back at that trend line again. Back at our trend line. We did get rejected from it quite nicely last time. But I mean, this is our second time of asking. So obviously that gives us a greater chance of breaking through. And then that would obviously be really bad. Obviously be really bad for Bitcoin. But obviously it still is a trend line. It still can reject the price. You can see we spent a lot of time at this trend line up here before eventually coming down. So we'll have to see what happens. And then obviously we've got this level here around the 93 spot 30s, which would then obviously indicate a higher high relative to this high that we had here. So I think this is half our battle today. The dollar index stock futures are also a bit weak today. Let's go over to an hourly. You can see obviously this is our move back over the past few days, over the past few days. This was sort of our biggest high volume high range move down here, incidentally off the back of an hourly 9. Yeah, this is sort of our bounce, and now again it's the same really as Bitcoin. Are we going to basically rally from here, try and take out this high, or are we going to lose this horizontal level and then come and try and test these lows again? Obviously you guys know the larger context. This is not Nasdaq futures, this is the S&P. But yeah, this is sort of the level that we've got to really hold, and then it won't look too bad especially if we can regain the daily 21 as well, which is not significantly higher than where we are. Yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping for. If we want Bitcoin to turn around a bit here and start going back up again, it would be good to see this be the low, then us come back up and take out this high, because then I think that would get us to 10,500, and then it is, in all fairness, I think it is a big ask to see if we can get above here. But like I said, markets are all interconnected, and the dollar index is what realistically is driving a lot of this. A lot of markets, all markets pretty much. And the dollar index doesn't follow what Bitcoin does. Dollar index does what the dollar index wants to do, and then Bitcoin will follow that. So we are pretty much at the whims of the dollar. But don't forget, things are not looking great for stock markets, and there always seems to be some sort of rescue plan for stock markets. So you never know. I'm half expecting something to get announced before the open tomorrow, before the actual open of the actual markets tomorrow, because yeah, there might be a lot of people that have sat and thought about their positions, thought about their profit, thought about what's going on, and fancying a dumping into the morning's open. So they may want to do something to alleviate that potential incoming selling, because then it could really start to break the range, start to break the charts, basically start to break the charts, and that's not what they want. So yeah, so we'll maybe get something similar to how Elon Musk runs his business, but for like the actual overall market from Jay Powell, or even new stimulus. So for our stochastics, yeah, slightly turning down here. So obviously, this could obviously get us to. This is obviously not bullish. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not bullish. Not quite getting into that the bullish half. As you can see, literally rejecting that pretty much the halfway point. So yeah, I mean, this may have a bit of a pullback. But again, I mean, if we start to move back up, it'll come back up. But again, it's really going to be driven down by the dollar. 10-hour looking to turn up from a pretty deep range. So if that does start to turn and move up, that could give us some sort of support onto the price. 12 hours basically turn back down, getting jammed down on these lows. Not ideal, not ideal. Daily coming very deep here now as well. So that is clearly bearish, and obviously, I mean, if we are going to be bearish, then this can stay jammed down here for a while. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily look for anything in the daily to come storming to our rescue. What I realistically would be looking at would be the 4-hour, 12-hour, and the 10-hour to help us with that. Weekly has now taken out this low here, so weekly is looking bad. Weekly is looking bad in the context of that we look for like 30 to 40% corrections, but we've already had about 20% correction already. Potentially is in the process of playing out with it's not the worst case scenario, but maybe 20% more downside to come, which would not be ideal, to say the least. So yeah, 4-hour for the first one, obviously that needs to turn back up, but I think with where Bitcoin prices is at the moment, we're gonna have to take out this 10,300 to turn that back up, I think, and start to make some decent progress to the upside. So yeah, that is kind of all I've really got to say this morning. We can't have a look at the actual proper markets, call them proper markets, the actual cash stock markets today. So yeah, we're just in the futures, but remember, those futures are the market that they like to manipulate. Those E-mini futures, the ones they like to buy when the actual cash market's closed. So you never know, guys, you never know. But yeah, I mean, we've got clear defined levels here, where we obviously need to hold, and if we lose, then I mean, we can only really be looking at like another leg down, and this potentially being a bear flag of sorts. I mean, we might as well draw this pennant in, because it does look okay, and it does look pretty mature for a break. We've got to keep an eye on that. So we could be making a decision sooner rather than later. Yeah, just be aware of that facts, guys. So we'll leave that on there, see how that works out later on today. So yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.